Welcome back to Daytime. Thank you for still joining us here. Canada is a very multicultural kind of country, wouldn't you say?
I'd say the biggest multicultural country, that's for sure.
Yeah, we have all different kinds of people, all different kinds of thinking, but everyone seems to get along pretty well. And, you know, sometimes we even kind of fall into each other's
It's the Canadian air.
It's
a Canadian smell. It adds
you know,
something.
I end up doing other things that I would never have done because you just kind of rub off on other cultures and different things. And that's why this next event that we're going to be talking about is so neat. It's a bunch of different countries who've all come together for a actual event, which is Diwali, which is the celebration and triumph of good over evil.
Yeah, it's exciting, and we're actually incorporating that into the Toronto Raptors, which is exactly why we're joined by Executive Member Rajeev Bhalla. Thanks for being on the show, man.
Perfect, thank
you.
So
Diwali and Raptors, a pretty interesting combination, man,
sure.
And it's pretty cool. So where did this idea come from?
Well, basically, we're just looking at the South Asian community and how, like you just said, the multiculturalism within the GTA is very big, and there's a big South Asian fan base for the Toronto Raptors itself.
Right.
So it's been about a year we've been thinking about it. We're going to finally do it on November 10th.
So November 10th, so the Air Canada Centre is going to be like completely filled with the South Asian community, and a time to embrace the Raptors winning, hopefully over the Bobcats, and as well as the time to celebrate Diwali, which is a pretty huge testimony as to exactly what Brittany said, the difference between evil and good, right?
For sure, yeah. It's the Festival of Lights. Also, it's considered our New Year's. So it's actually on November 5th, so it falls right in the week after. So a lot of people will still be celebrating it and so forth. So it's a good time to come together, you know, watch some sports and also celebrate at the same time.
Yeah, totally agree.
So what is the kind of significance behind Diwali exactly?
Like I just mentioned, the Festival of Lights, our New Year, and then good over evil, like you guys have mentioned it.
Okay.
And just getting together and, you know, family comes first and putting everything before that and just celebrating.
Now, is the only reason why you guys chose to do it at an actual Raptors game just because of how popular it is in the South Asian community, or was it something that the Raptors were willing to do right away?
Well, it was just because I'm a big Raptors fan from the get-go, and just looking at it, with the Leafs, you can't get tickets, for example, so this is an event that we have a plateau that we can actually go forth with and create awareness for the community.
Okay. Do they have any plans to broadcast the event in Punjabi or any other?
Because I know they've done that before,
We're working on that right now. It's just that there's TV rights because Sportsnet. So we're just waiting to find out what's going on, but that's one goal for sure.
And they have done a couple of games in
They've
Punjabi,
done 4 Punjabi broadcasts for basketball, hockey. They've done every Saturday night.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. So is there a big kind of basketball community in general, would you say, in the South Asian?
For South Asians, yeah, it's increasingly. Like for myself, I'm 25 right now. I'm going to high school. It was increasing slowly but surely, and now it's probably even more. There's actually 2 guys, Sim and Tanvir Buller. They're in the States. They're 7'2" and 7'5", and they're touted as the next prospects, and they're both South Asian, so it's a big thing for us.
What about some of the athletes? I don't know if in the NBA there are any, but any Indian athletes?
There's one of Indian descent, which is Rajeev Bhalla. He's actually on the Charlotte Hornets. That's pretty much it.
That's the only one in there, which is pretty interesting because it's such a huge sport in the community, right?
For sure, yeah.
And you would think that there'd probably be a lot more on in the league, but I guess it's not really something that they probably participate in.
Hasn't been developed yet. Plus, within Canada, the basketball system is getting developed slowly.
Yeah, that's true.
You look at the national basketball team; it's getting there. Eventually, we'll get over the husp.
Wasn't this sport created here?
Yeah,
it was created
James
here,
Smith, yep.
Yes, that's right. I was just wanting to make sure. That's why I kind of whispered that it was created here. And I remember before they even had the hole under the basket, he used to go up there with like a broomstick and pop the basketball out. And now look at the difference today.
No, for sure, yeah.
Now, do you see this as an important thing to do for the community in terms of, like, let's say, like, whether it be Diwali or the Chinese New Year, any kind of thing like that? Isn't it important to incorporate these things into sports?
For sure. Like looking at a corporation like Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, this is one of their biggest years for multiculturalism. They've noticed that there's been an increase, so they're planning a Turkish night, Hungarian night, Diwali night also too, Chinese New Year. So these are big things they want to celebrate. So it's a good thing to start with.
How many different countries are involved in Diwali usually?
Diwali, it's right across the world, right?
Okay.
8, right? 6 of the main ones, obviously India, stuff like Canada, North America. So each continent has some sort of stamp on it. It's more within North America and obviously India.
Okay.
Right. And will there be anything like inside the ACC, like representing Diwali?
Oh, for sure. We're going to have Indian flags throughout the arena. We're going to have actually a halftime show. It's being choreographed by Dia Arts and Entertainment and Academy of Creative Arts. So they're actually working on practices now. They've their 5th practice on Wednesday, so we're slowly doing it. It's an all-star of 25 people.
Right. So I'm sure that people are very geared and ready and excited for this event, right? Especially how big it is already. But how are you promoting this? Are you on Facebook and all that?
Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Those are the main portals. A couple newspapers are picking up our press release. Mostly everyone's visiting our website, which is www.raptorsdiwali.com. all the information is there. All our supported friends and sponsors too.
And on Facebook, what's the address? Is it a group or is it a
There's
fan
many
page?
groups. Just search Diwali Night, November 10th. You'll find it somehow.
And there's
somewhere.
all kinds of there. So how has the reception been from the community on
Looking
Facebook?
at
I'm sure pretty.
We've invited about 25,000 people. We've got about 2,000 to 3,000 that are actually willing and accepted and message us. So slowly but surely we're selling the tickets.
All right. That's pretty awesome. And so as well, people can get that. Tickets are starting as low as $25 for the night. I mean, not bad at all, especially for
really
an entertaining Raptors game. So at least Vince Carter won't be there. So
For sure.
There won't be any booze going on in there unless they lose. So.
That's for sure.
That's amazing. So you are actually an executive member yourself.
Correct.
How many of them are you?
There's 5 in total. There's Rachna Mazwani, which is one of our friends, Vishal and Nasser Khan, and also my brother. We're all doing it together to try to create awareness for the event.
Okay. How did you get involved in this kind of in the first place?
Raptors came about 16 years ago, started becoming a basketball fan, and then in the last 5 years actually became a season ticket holder. And then from that, just started developing a network and so forth and saw that there's potential here.
Okay.
And you're also the president of Infinite Creations Entertainment,
Correct.
right? Let's talk about that a little.
Basically, we're